So there are multiple methods how you can access SAP application generally for you to log in. So now let us look into one of the popular method, which is desktop GUI Logon Pad. What is GUI? Graphical User Interface. This is a very quite common and a popular one, which is used across the industry. So in some servers, which is available as a remote server as well, even after you have a remote server, you need to have a GUI to connect with SAP for you to work as a configuration steps or to work as a business user. In either of the case, you need SAP GUI Logon Pad, or you also call it as a Launchpad. Now let us understand how to install the same GUI application for the first time, particularly for a Windows users. If you are a Mac user, you feel free to skip this particular video where we will cover that in a separate section. So this particularly we are focusing on Windows version. Any Windows version that you are using, either Windows 9, 10, 11, or any previous or a latest version of it, depending on when you are watching this, you will give a try how to install SAP GUI 7.7 or a 7.4 version or any other version. How to install it, let us look into it. The first thing all you need is the exe file to install the SAP GUI Launchpad. For that, I'll provide you the link to download the same entire file in a description section. Feel free to download from the description provided. In case you have any trouble access from that description, the link provided in the description, feel free to write us an email on this KNR Ignite Solutions @gmail.com, so that we will be able to help you with the link and also the instructions how to do it for your Windows or Mac users. All right. Without further ado, let us continue with the next steps, what you wanted to understand. The moment you click on the link, it will land something like this, which will give you an option to download the entire GUI file. The moment you click on download anyway option, by default, it shows something like this because the file size is 1.1 GB file, 1.1 gigahertz gigabytes, which is a huge file for a Google to scan for any viruses. That's the reason it gives you file is large and I can't scan at this moment. Click on download anyway, which will show you the download progress here. If you look into this, the moment you click on it, it will start downloading here. Depending on your system speed, it will get download depending on few seconds to few minutes. Once the file gets downloaded, I would recommend you to go to your downloads folder and you will find this SAP GUI, the respective version, SAP GUI, the respective version of it. So where you will be able to use this GIF file. Currently, it is a GIF folder. So right click on your GIF folder and click on extract all. The moment you click on extract all, it will ask you the path where you wanted to extract all the files. In my case, I'll use the browser and choose my desktop and I'll say select folder. Then it will accordingly save in my respective path where I have selected. Now what I'll do is I'll also enable this show extracted files when complete. The moment your computer completes extraction of all the files from the GIF folder to the normal folder, it will pop up a window with all the files for you to access it. That is the advantage when you enable this option. Now let me enable and say extract so that it will take some time to extract this way. So currently it is showing you how many items it is extracting out of entire files and a folder, depending on your system RAM speed and processing calculation. System will automatically convert this. Okay. Now at this moment, let's say that I have extracted this file. This is how it looks like your folder the moment you extract the folder, right? After extracting it, I would recommend you to go back to your respective folders where you have your respective content has been extracted. From there on, you will be able to install the file, install the executable file for you to use it. Now, let's say that currently you are using you are in a downloads folder. Let me get into the folder where I have already extracted. Let's say this is the file that I have extracted. When you open that SAP GUI 7.4 folder, you will find these many files. From this, you just need to navigate the way that I'm showing here. Just use this navigation path that I'm explaining here. Let's say first, once you open SAP GUI 7.40 folder, just go to press 1 folder. Under that, you will find GUI folder. Once you open GUI folder, it navigate to Windows folder. From there on, go to Windows 32. That is where you will be able to find executable file. Under this, there is setup all file where you just need to install it. So let me navigate that now, where you can see both the options. I mean to say both the folders, how I'm going to navigate. Let's say I have just opened the respective folder, SAP GUI 7.0. From here, so just go to press 1 like I mentioned here. From here, you will find a GUI folder. From here, go to Windows, then Windows 32. This is the path that I'm referring to. After this, the final file, all you need is, you will find setup all. So use this setup all application particularly. From here, you will be able to install it. Double click on setup all. So once you double click on it, it might require admin rights. Say yes here, so that it will initiate a launch of the file. Now it is initiating installation of all the products. Say next. And here the left side for now, use this select all option. So where you can see this select all option, select, all this will get selected. So later, which will be helpful for you to access all NetWeaver and all other add-ons and objects which is required. Let's say next. All you need to do here is almost like you just need to blindly go with a next option until you find a finish option. So I'm just continuing. So you can simply go with a next, and it will extract the files now. So all these files, whatever you see here, let it happen in the backend. You see there are multiple files here. One is for your Excel setup, BI setup, and all your GUI. So all other multiple supporting files, whatever is required for us to use once you log into SAP or during the login and everything, system will automatically pick all those files and install it. Everything is bundled under zip folder. That's the reason we extracted all those files, and now we are going with installation setup. So it is processing depending on your system speed. Let's say if you are having a good RAM speed, your system will really complete this very quick. If you are running with the old hard disk, which is a HDD hard disk, and a old RAM, which is a lower capacity RAM, it might take a few minutes. Just bear with that depending on the speed. Currently, my system configuration, let me tell you, it has a 8 GB RAM with a SSD hard disk. So it is taking less than a minute to complete all this process. Depending on your system RAM and a hard disk variant that you are using, all this process may take anywhere from few seconds to a few minutes. Now you can see this, the installation of SAP products completed successfully. Just say close. If I go with a desktop, where you will be able to find this SAP GUI Logon Pad. So whenever you wanted to log in, this is the first thing that you need. Let's say currently, let me tell you this way. So you just need to go to your desktop and you will find this SAP GUI Logon. So just double click on this. It is launching. The moment it launch, you don't find any new connections. The moment you launch or install for the first time, you just need to make sure you need to add the new connections here. Let's say that all you need to do is, you just need to make sure you add a new connection here using a new connection option here. The moment you click on this new, which will give you an option to add a new connection. So this is how it loads. Simply go with the next. You don't need to enter in. When you click on enter, the next, it will provide you an option to enter the remaining details like your, excuse me. Let's say that you need to enter all your uh, system details. What is the server that you are using it? Depending on that server details, you just need to connect it. Let's say, for example, I'm going to use 122.176.112.100. Okay. And let's say application server, sorry, the description, let me say that it is a S4 HANA 2023, so development 100 system. Okay. Or let's say I would say development 600 system. And the application server, you just need to enter your respective server details, whatever you have received from your team, either your security team or your service provider, whoever has provided you. And make sure you fill application server, instance number, and system ID, all three exactly as it is what your supplier or a vendor or your basis team who provided these details. Okay. Now let me go with one of the server details that I have it. Let's say instance number 30, system ID SA. Okay. Now you just need to click on a finish the moment you complete this setting up all your details once you set it. Let's say finish. Once you say finish, so the connection will get added here where you can see the connection. All you need is, let's say you just need to double click on this connection, which will give you an option to log in. So this is how your new logon screen will appear. Here is where you enter your username, let's say KNR Ignite, and you provide your password that has been provided. And you make sure you choose the language, in which language you wanted to see all the options for your script, and the client number, the which client that you are logging in. Make sure you choose the correct client and then say continue or enter. Then it will successfully log in into your system. So that's how you can simply set up all your GUI Launchpad, and you can use this option to log in once you have your connection has been set. So hope this content is helpful. In case you need any more support on other versions or how to log in with a Fury, maybe for the first time user, in case you are using S4HANA system, you might also need a help to set up a host file to connect with your Fury application. First time whenever you try to access Fury application, it may not work because the host file need to be updated with the respective server. For that, I will also add in your description section how to add the Fury, or refer to the link where I have already added a link for this one where I made a separate video. And there is another video which I already made on how you can convert your Fury application into GUI to work exactly like a GUI application, where you can convert your Fury application just like your GUI, where you can enter transaction codes in a command field to access just like your GUI. All we are aware that Fury application works on the tiles, where you need to go with a tile description and navigate with the help of tiles. In case you don't want to do that and you are more comfortable and you wanted to go with transaction codes, you can try that for a particularly configuration related. So you, or any other reporting purpose or any transactional basis also, you can use this. You refer to that video, which will help you to see how you can navigate, how you can convert your Fury application into GUI application. Hope this video is helpful. So thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next video. Bye-bye.